Hi, my name is Gudrun from GE Designs. Welcome to my Happy Friday show. Welcome, everybody. Great to see you here on a Friday. What a gorgeous day here in Minnesota. Fall was here, and now today it doesn't really feel like fall outside. It's beautifully warm. Sun is shining. But of course, we know this is one of those teasers, and we know what's coming. So, of course, it's appropriate to celebrate Friday with our cocktail of the week. So this time around, it is a very simple cocktail, easy to make. It's called a raspberry ginger gimlet. And it's so easy to make. You just throw some raspberries and some vodka, ginger liqueur, and some lime juice in a shaker. You shake it really hard, and then you just pour all that straight into the glass, top it off with a little soda, and there it is. Very refreshing, and of course, easy to make actually if you want to make a virgin one. Just throw some raspberries, and even you can do a little water, or you can just do a little bit of you and shake that, put it in a glass with some sparkling water or club soda. It's perfect. Very refreshing. If you find good raspberries these days, it's awesome. Very, very good. So I hope you've all had a good week. As you can probably tell, my voice is a little raspy. It's been an adjustment to be going to work every day outside of the house, but it's beautiful. We are settling in very well. Everybody's kind of getting their groove, and we have lots of stuff coming in, new stuff that I'm going to be showing you in the next few days, weeks, and I couldn't be more excited. Of course, I posted a little bit of a poll on my Facebook group asking what kind of things you wanted us to expand our inventory on. If you wanted more bundles, if you wanted kits, if you wanted more 1 yards, more yardage, whatever, batting, notions. And it's hard to tell. You want it all, right? But I think most everybody wanted more stash builder bundles. Of course, they are so handy and a great, either just going into your collection to build it, or they work really well for a lot of my patterns. So most of my patterns, pretty much. So we are going to be doing all of that, and I'm going to be starting to show you some things even today. But it is fall, y'all, right? Is it fall? Mr. Honey Producer's with us today. Do you have your cocktail? Cheers. Happy Friday.
Happy Friday.
Tasty.
Cheers.
He's not done with it yet, so it's all good. But I did some fall cooking. So fall flavors are one of my favorites. So of course I sometimes can't wait to be able to start cooking all those kind of fallish dishes. So yesterday I made a butternut squash soup. Delicious, but we had a little bit of a issue. So the way I cook it is like you just kind of saute some onions and garlic, and then it was actually a curried butternut squash, which is my favorite, so it has a little spice. And then you just cook the butternut squash in the pot, and then you throw some coconut milk and some stock and let it simmer, and then you put the immersion blender in there and just puree it all up. Well, I cooked it in a different pot that I usually do, so it was like really a wider pot, so it wasn't that much liquid. And so my immersion blender didn't go quite deep enough. So we had a little bit of a speckled kitchen.
The walls got to taste of the soup.
The walls got to taste the soup. The cabinets got to taste the soup. The whole stove got to taste the soup. It was tasty though, wasn't it? Very good, very good. And then I also made cookies. Yes, I made cookies, and we almost ate them all. They were not very pretty, but they actually tasted good. I thought they would be really dusty by the way they looked. It was a new recipe I was just trying.
It was close, but it was good.
They were good, but they were kind of dusty. I just saw the recipe, and it had all my favorite flavors. They were pumpkin chocolate chip cookies, but they had oats, and they had coconut and pumpkin butter, and then of course chocolate chips. and they were vegan and they were gluten free. If you used coconut flour, but you could of course use whatever. But they tasted good. They didn't really look all that great. I think actually next time I'll try and make it just into bars, make it into a bar pan and then cut it up afterwards. That'd be, it kind of like had the feel of a granola bar, but tasting, of course, a lot better. But so we ate them all up, so they're all gone. So that's a good thing. That's kind of common with my bacon, isn't it? It does not look good, but it tastes good, right?
So good.
Because I'm not really a baker at all. I can cook because that's when I don't have to follow a recipe. I have a problem with that. Anyway, so we are, as I said earlier, we are settling into our place in the warehouse office. Of course, we haven't gotten to make things pretty, but we've gotten now all the tools to start hanging quilts and stuff next week. Hopefully we're getting some more furniture like for the offices and things like that. Things that, you always kind of forget about, furnishing the kitchen so everybody can have a little lunch there. And it's going to be just wonderful once we're all settled in. Of course, we're going to have a little showroom in there so that folks can, when we're ready for that, can come and pick up their orders, and they could even add to their orders and things like that, being in the showroom. So that's going to be very, very exciting. Anyways, I hope you watched Tipsy Tuesday earlier this week. I hinted at something. Yes, I hinted at another challenge coming, another group project that we're all going to do. And I'm going to give you all the details next Tuesday. Tipsy Tuesday next week. Okay, so don't miss that show. Just stay tuned. So it's going to be like a scrap busting type of a challenge. And so we've done it usually about every year in my group on Facebook. But of course, this time we're going to be both live on Facebook and YouTube. So everybody gets to participate. So this kind of challenge is going to be kind of like a leader and ender challenge. It's something that I kind of hinted at, played with or taught people the idea of having a leader and ender. It's something like a side project to do as you're piecing other projects. So your first seam through the machine is that leader and ender. So it's the first piece you put through the machine. Instead of stitching those little scrap pieces of fabric, you actually are sewing something as your leader, and then you do whatever your project you're working on, you do all your chain piecing, and then to finish it off, you take your leader ender project and feed that through the machine. You clip it off so you're never wasting thread anywhere, not wasting thread on a single scrap of fabric. And so it's really kind of cool when you do that, because as you're just working on whatever you're working on, this other project gets kind of done kind of as you go. So we're going to build it like that. And it's kind of a challenge that we will start. And from the units that we make, there's going to be various different things and patterns that you can make with that. So it'll be a fun little thing. And of course, there'll be a little special to celebrate our grand opening in the new place. So don't miss that show. Just want to tell you that. It's going to be great for scraps, like I said, so you can use up a lot of your scraps. And if you don't have scraps, of course, we got options for you. So again, just put next Tuesday on your calendar. And if you can't catch it live, of course, you can always watch later. So any questions? I've been seeing some questions pop up about what we're going to do at the warehouse, what we're going to do with the new place, and what you're going to be carrying. Do you see anything coming through our lot of well wishes? So thank you all for that. Want recipes? Oh, for the soup? For the soup and the cookies. Actually, I got them both from online. So the soup, I always change things up. But the base recipe are both from Minimalist Baker. You can find their blog or their website, Minimalist Baker, and look for them. So it's the pumpkin chocolate chip cookies, which is one of their recent recipes, I believe, and then the curried butternut squash soup. Check it out. Both delicious. Anyways. Yeah, so behind me is Coral, and Coral is in my stripology mixology book. In the middle is Lexi, and then on this little thing is Sabrina. So this is actually one of the free projects, but it's actually, a lot of people ask me where to find it because it's not under free patterns on my website. You have to go to the, it's a part of the triangle chart to cut triangles, half square triangles and quarter square triangles with the rulers. So if you go to bonus charts and templates on the website, you have to go all the way over to the side and click more, and then you'll find bonus charts and templates, and that's going to be under there. As you scroll through, it's going to be the half square triangle and the quarter square triangle adjustments for you to do if you wanted to use the mini ruler or the squared ruler to oversize your half square triangles, oversize your quarter square triangles, and square them up nicely. So that is just one of those projects. So it's pretty much just a charm pack. You take charms, you make hourglass blocks or quarter square triangles from a charm pack. So super easy, goes quick, and that's one of those things that I'm sure you have a charm pack around. I'm using half square triangles as my leaders and enders. There it is. Great choice. Great idea. Jerry says, do you like going to work every day as opposed to working from the house? Well, of course, I've loved working from my house. It definitely has its benefits. However, with everything growing so much and having so much going on at home, since this whole year, when we've been home, we're working. So it's really hard to kind of separate, and it's been harder to separate the work from home. And so now it's a beautiful thing to come home. It's not much fun to have to get up and go. And I know I'm not going to love it when winter comes. But the best part is about coming home after work and then actually to a house and not stacks of fabric and stacks of stuff. And you end up always doing some work every day. So any update on Bozel? We were hoping that we would get a shipment notification today, so I haven't checked my emails. It's either going to ship today or Monday, and so we're hoping we get stuff midweek, and that means your orders will go out next week. We are ready for it. We have it all set up. All we need is that batting to pop into the starter kits and everything, and out it goes. So we will work really hard to get it out next day for you guys. That is the goal. Any other questions coming up? What's the snack of the day for you?
I'm not snacking over here today.
No snacking.
I had some dots earlier.
Oh yeah, that's a Midwest thing. I don't know that can be found everywhere. Dots pretzels. Dangerously good. That is a very Midwestern thing to especially if you dip it in top the tater. Dots and top the tater.
They're the top snack.
Yeah, they're the top snack?
They're in the top.
In the top. Okay, with the popcorn and the pistachios.
Yeah, they're up there.
And Merlot cheese. Dots pretzels, they're like these kind of seasoned pretzels. They're just really good. I haven't tasted anything like it. Really tasty. Just the perfect little bite of pretzel too. Not too thick, not too hard. Yeah, I love them. I love them too. They are good. All right, so I wanted to talk about, show you some things. Of course, you might notice my t-shirt. These are the new shirts that came in, and everybody that ordered since Tuesday have gone out, of course. Now you can show your pride being a stripologist. I wanted to mention that, so with the long sleeves, I wore a medium because I like them really nice and loose. And this one, the t-shirts are a little bit bigger. So the t-shirts, I'm wearing a small. But I really love the sleeve length because they go all the way down here. There's no no wiggle being seen there. I also showed you some new fabric on Tuesday. We had some new bundles. And one of them was our Daybreak that came in. That was a pre-order from Three Sisters. So this is a bundle with 14 different fabrics. We still have this in stock. And I can't wait to show you the quilt I made out of this using one of my patterns in the new book. Yes, the book is scheduled to go to print next week. If I get my you-know-what together this weekend. I'm going to have to work this weekend to get it done. And so Daybreak, that I used Daybreak in one, it's not going to be in the book, but it's, I'm going to show you as an option. I wanted to do a different colorway, so I'm going to show you that as an option. And also another one that we showed on, I'll open this up because this was a newer line. We showed is an Andover Collective fabric. This is a really fun fabric line that Andover put together because they combined all of their famous fabric designers and everybody has a piece in that collection. So it's really cool to kind of mix modern and traditional and vintage, and I just think it's really cool. So I kind of blended it so you could kind of pull from these greens, blues with the greens, and then with the purples and pinks, and the blues can go either way. And then you pop it with some green and you put it all together. Or so I just thought this was really kind of a fun concept, something that I hadn't seen by a fabric company before. So I really loved that idea. The other one that is new too, that I showed you, is called Heritage and features this. It's from Riley Blake. Oops, where is this? I'm trying to show you. Here we go. It's by My Mind's Eye, which you may know, I believe, started off designing scrapbooking industry. But I think this is really cool. The map doesn't really reflect what the sayings are, but it's really kind of celebrating everybody's mixed heritage. Iceland is on this map. Very excited. I found that. It took me a while to find it because you get distracted by all these names. But I think that was really fun, and it's a very neutral kind of a colorway. Just these soft blues, kind of charcoal grays, and then these soft greens as well. And I was asked last show to read what was on this print. So let me try and read some of this. We grow in different directions, yet our roots remain as one. Families are, oh wait, this is like a lot. Okay, let me open this up. So I think it's all about kind of connection. Families are like branches on a tree. We grow in different directions, yet our roots remain as one. Yeah, so that's a full sentence. I love that. That's a really great sentiment. And so a lot of questions too. What would I make out of this? I think they're really great neutral, so it would make like a really nice kind of a masculine quilt. But I think these would be awesome in, for example, to make that table runner, the off-kilter runner. And then, of course, any other quilts. And I kind of put the two behind me today that would look really great in this. So both Lexi and Coral have kind of that subtle colorway. So I think, that this would translate really well in either one of those. And of course, if you want to make runners, of course, you can use the plaid for the binding, which I love. And you could also use these grids. So you could cut them on the bias or and make really fabulous bindings. So that was, I showed this on Tuesday, so I'm not going to spend too much time on it. We do have a new one, and which just came in and just cut, and it is called By the Sea. And this one is by Andover. I pulled kind of, this is not like a brand new line, but it's a line that I had some pieces in, and that sold really, really well. I don't remember what I called that bundle, but it was kind of a mixed bundle. But I really loved some of these pieces in there. And we were selling it kind of around the time when I was doing the Marina sew along. So it has a very, of course, coastal feel. And these navies with these kind of aqua and turquoise and teal and just a little bit of taupe in here for just a touch. Let me just one more kind of a lighter. Yeah, those shells and kind of that turquoisey teal. And then we have the waves, and we have texture of the water, the navy, also the stripe. Love that stripe, that kind of subtle stripe. That could be really fun to use for some kind of life and movement. And then this one kind of combines the navy and the teal. So really pretty. And again, this one by the sea, I think would also look really fabulous in coral. So if you look at coral behind me, it's really a same kind of a feel of fabrics, because that was kind of a coastal fabrics that I kind of pulled together. And I feel like this would create kind of that same vibe. Same thing, these are really, really cool in Lexi as well. So I kind of like started to think that way. I get asked about it all the time. What will you make? Even though all of these stash builder bundles will work for all of my patterns, but I understand, and especially with our matchmaking series, you can really, it's really helpful, and you can kind of decide that fabric actually would look good in that. But still, sometimes people ask me, what if I were to make a quilt out of this right now, which pattern would I choose? So I just chose quilts that are similar to that look so that you can actually visualize how you see that. Now, I wouldn't necessarily make these. I'd probably make something that I've done in totally different colorways to make it look totally different. That's my thing. But this is a way for you to kind of visualize things and see how that would come out. So I hope that helps a little bit. The other thing I wanted to show you, brand new in the store, and which is I'm very excited about. I spoke on when we did have our last session of the Matchmaker series with talking about backgrounds and choosing different backgrounds. And of course, earlier in the series, talking about accent fabric, where you find something that really kind of either pulls out and stands out or kind of blends well with everything else. And so we are really going to be expanding all of our basics. So all of the 1 yard cuts that we have right now, a lot of those are basic lines that we're going to keep carrying, like the grunge and the canvas and a lot of that stuff. So we'll be adding new basics, which I'm very excited about. And I have two that I'm going to show you today. And one of them is, well, both of them are from Art Gallery fabrics. Beautiful fabrics, really great texture on them. But what we're going to be doing is carrying a certain number of SKUs from each of these lines. So certain number of fabrics from each of these lines, and those are colors that we will always restock as long as the fabric companies keep making them. And so they will be carried in the 1 yards, but you will also be able to get a fat quarter bundle with all the colors that we carry and that list, kind of like what we did with Bumbleberries. So let me show you this first one. So this is our Floral Elements fat quarter bundle. So the Floral Elements is, I'm going to show you. So this comes, it's 20, there's going to be 20 colors that we'll be carrying. And it's just a gorgeous fabric. Let me show you one of those where you can really see the depth and texture of this. So it's these flowers, but it has layers of different colors that kind of pull together. And it's just a beautiful texture. I've always loved it. The feel of Art Gallery fabrics is really good too, really nice. And so we have all of these colors. And when you get if you get the fat quarter bundle, you get that list. So you get that list. One side we have the mulberry, nocturne, tropical green, lapis lazuli, iris, fuchsia, coral, bubblegum, lettuce, and winter wheat. On the other side we have scarlet, honey mustard, flame, spicy brown, deep ocean, blue lagoon, icy blue. This is blue lagoon, icy blue, kiwi, stormy sea, and khaki. I think we're missing one here, this brown one. Yeah, that one might have been just in the wrong place, but I'll have to, no, this, I think we're missing this one. But anyways, or maybe it's twice, I don't know. I might have messed up when I came here, but so all of these colors are in the bundle, but of course you will be able to get them in 1 yards as well for all of those same colors. And what we're also going to be doing on top of just the 1 yards of all of the basics is that some of those most popular 1 yards are going to be available as 3 yards. So you're going to have the option of getting 3-yard cuts of some of our most popular basics. And of course, this is something we don't have that on the website yet, as the fabric is coming in, it's being cut, and there's lots of stuff coming. Of course, we're still enduring some delays in from the fabric companies. They sold out of so many basics with all of the mask sewing, and so they will be coming in. The 3 yards are not yet on the website. They will be coming next week, and then of course the offerings will expand as fabric comes in. But I think that's a very exciting option. So if you want to get like something for a background of fabric, you can get, you know, the 3 yards uncut, and then maybe add a yard if you need 4, add a couple if you need 5, or 2 3-yard packs for 6 yards if you want anything bigger than that. So very excited about that. So that's going to be all of our basics like that. You'll be able to get the fat quarter bundle, the 1 yards, and some of them as 3 yards. So the other one that we have right now available, that's the other one from Art Gallery. This one was floral elements, and then this one is called nature elements. So it's more leaves. And so we have all the colors here. So it's 11 different fabrics. I'm sure this one was supposed to be on this side, like that. Another really pretty line, and I just love the dimension of, let me open this one up, of the color. So even though the background itself is this deep purple, you have those other hues of purple that gives a really cool dimension when you step back from it. If you look at it up close, you'll see kind of the leaves and stuff. So another really pretty one, and of course you can get all of those as 1 yards as well. And of course, if we see one of these colors being really popular, that will then be offered as a 3-yard option. So these are, I know, are going to be very popular. Very excited myself. I'm very excited about adding these Art Gallery basics to our collection, and my personal one, of course, is going to be a big part of mine. So I love, and I think I've talked about it before. So before, I've always tried to buy basics. If I see a fat quarter bundles of basics, I always keep them and kind of write on the back of it, on the selvage, the fabric, the actual color numbers. So for example, I have like that in grunge and all these things, so that I can always find an actual match what I have with whatever scrappy stuff I'm working with. And then I've always done that, and so I have a collection of those from way back, fat quarters that I don't barely touch. I can cut stuff off of them, but I always save at least a piece of that selvage with a little bit of the fabric showing. So that's all available now, and you can go check it out on the website. Let's see if we have a winner. Do we have a live winner? Or any more questions? Oh, Sue Emden is our winner. Congratulations, Sue. You have won a $25 gift card to the GE Design store, and we will get a hold of you and send you an email with that gift card code so you can start shopping right away. Maybe not right today, but we will make sure you get it by Monday.
We're just happy about the 3 yards.
Yes, you're excited. It was funny because a lot of you commented on that on the Facebook poll, and I was just kind of chuckling because I knew it was already in the works. So you kind of know, I kind of know what you're thinking. You know what I'm thinking. So it's a beautiful thing. We're all in the same boat. We know what we need as this is going to be a long and busy winter for us, isn't it? Fun one. The shirts unisex? No. So they are a feminine cut, but they're not super fitted. That's why I but there will be unisex shirts, just regular kind of like a men's t-shirt coming too. So I just always have had trouble finding feminine cuts that are flattering and work for curvies like me, and they are also comfortable. So these are all very comfortable. Let me show you all the colors if you didn't see Tuesday. So Tuesday's show, I have the short sleeve. So this is the cranberry color that I'm wearing here, And the other short sleeve is this really beautiful blue. So the same length of the sleeves, and the bottom of the shirts is rounded like this. So you can tuck them in, or you can just wear them down so they will kind of go down, kind of covering up that backside a little bit. And then we have the long sleeve in 3 colors. And those are also, they're very nice and thin. So even if you're in a hotter climate, they are very comfortable, super soft. Both of the t-shirts and the long sleeve, it's a mix. It's not 100% cotton. There's cotton in it, but there's also poly and rayon, just because they really don't shrink. They're super soft. They wash well. So this is the blue, and then we have the gray, and then we have the watermelon, which I don't have. Oh wait, I actually do have it. So this is the gray one, and you may have noticed if you took part in our sew-alongs, like I believe the Harmony or the Hope, I was wearing that one. And then there's the one more color, the watermelon. Beautiful. So I wore this one on last Tipsy Tuesday, this color. And the bottom is just serged like this, so it's not a bulky seam or anything. It lays really nicely, and you can tuck them in or have them long. So we really love them, and we have some inventory, but the way we're going to do these, because it's always really hard to determine with apparel and t-shirts, and because you are so easily overstocked with the wrong size and the wrong color. But I really wanted to have different offerings. So what we do is every week we place another order with our printer. She kind of prints it on demand so that we will ship them. So if you notice that your shirt is not shipping right the next day, like most of our orders, so that just means that it might be a few days until we get that next batch. So mine?
How does it fit on you?
Mine goes, so it goes this far down on the back. I think it's very nice and flattering, and it's super comfy. Super comfy.
There you go.
There it is. Any other questions? No questions. I have a little bit of announcement. So we will have our next week, Tipsy Tuesday. You don't want to miss it. Big announcement, big kickoff for a project. And the following Friday, no show the following Friday. Happy Friday show, no Friday show next week, because there's a good reason. It's my grandson's birthday next Friday, and I am going to go see him. I haven't seen him since July, and only on FaceTime almost every day. We sing and we laugh and play with toys. He shows me his toys and stuff. So I cannot wait to get some real-time snuggles. And so I'm going to go out and see him just for his birthday, and I'll be back probably way sooner than I want to, but I'm going to get as much on my time as I possibly can. Just eat him up for a few days, because who knows when the next time will be. So no show next Friday, but don't miss Tuesday. Tipsy Tuesday, 7 p.m. Central Time, and we will be there with lots of fun stuff to show you. That's it. Anything from you? Do you want to tell them anything? Nope. Well, I hope you all have a great weekend. Great Friday. I'm going to go sit outside because it's almost, I think it's 80 degrees here. So I'm going to enjoy it. Cheers, everybody.